it's Darcy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it is a Monday morning. I decided to pick up a vlog camera today, and it is my week back from being off from work. We all had last week off. I was in Cape Cod. I did a vlog on that, which should be up by the time you're seeing this, so check it out if you haven't already. I think it's a pretty fun vlog. But I thought I would just do a typical week in my life because I haven't done one of these since I finished grad school, I realized. And so obviously my week is a little bit different now. I mean, work is still the same, but I have my evenings back, which is super good and weird at the same time. It's been a harder adjustment than I expected. It's good. It's nice having my time back and to be way less stressed than I was. But I'm still figuring out like what to do with this time back, and definitely it's really nice on the weekends because I feel like on weekends it's easier to just like, you know, do whatever, have a good time. Yeah, I'm definitely still figuring out like navigating like how to spend my weeknight evenings, and I feel like I've gotten into a lot of routine in terms of like not doing new things in New York enough. I have my tried and true routines, I guess, and I need to figure out how to like push myself to like do other things outside of my norm. And yeah, so I don't know how much I'll do of that in this video, but that's something that I'm thinking about right now, so just thought I would share. And I don't know, I don't want my life to revolve around work hours, you know. Just want to make sure I'm living my life to the fullest outside of working hours. But getting back into the swing of things, definitely waking up now finally. But I already had a meeting this morning and I just have a couple more today, but I don't have tons of stuff that I need to do just because I don't have like a video to edit per se for work right now. I do have 2 videos to edit though for my own YouTube channel, so maybe if I have some time later today I will get to that. But just like lots of miscellaneous stuff to do for work and get back into the swing of things, you know, checking email, all of that after being off for a week. But since everyone was off, like, shouldn't be too much. I think I've gotten through most of my email at this point, and I just have like miscellaneous stuff to do. It's also 1 year since I started this job, which is really cool. It's gone by so fast and I'm really happy here. That's sort of what's up. I think Riley wants a WLK real bad already. He always wants one around like, it's like about 11 right now. I don't know why. He just loves his time out in the city, so probably gonna take a break here in a bit to do that before my meeting at noon. I have my Cape Cod shirt on, sweatshirt on. It's gonna be probably hot, but in the mornings it's still a little bit cool. Because I think it's gonna be a high in the 80s, which is what it's been a lot recently. And then I think later in the week it's gonna get up into the 90s, which I hate. I've already been wanting fall for some reason. It's only like early mid-July at this point. I'm already ready for fall, but fall is my favorite. So anyways, all right, I should get back to it, but just wanted to start the little vlog. About 5:30, logged off from work around 5, did a little bit of vlog edits, just took Riley on a quick walk, and then I'm gonna run some errands. So if you don't know, Riley has separation anxiety. If you've been watching my vlogs, you've heard me talk about this before, but essentially I have to give him medication to leave him, and then we're working on like getting up his amount of time he can be alone, and he's made a lot of good progress, but sort of like maybe like taking one step back a little bit. Sometimes he freaks out again after a while, so I've just been trying to like get back into making sure we're being super consistent after like being gone last week. So I gave him his medication, and then now I'm gonna leave him for a little bit while I drop off my laundry and pick up a book I have on hold at the library, and then probably try and like do something so that it's longer than like 20 minutes. He can go up to like, I've gotten him, the highest has been like close to 3 hours, and he seemed fine and probably could keep going. But I want to wash the clothes that I took to the beach and wash my comforter and stuff. Usually I don't do it this close together. Usually I would do it like later in the week, but I just kind of want to get it taken care of. And basically any excuse I have to like get out and do something without him is like good practice. So I often will try and do errands and practice, use that as an excuse to practice with him, because I'm like still close by so I can come back if I need to. Happy Tuesday. It's now the next day. Had a good evening last night. Riley did pretty well with his separation anxiety training, so I ran my errands and then grabbed some ice cream and sat out in the park and read my new book from the library, which was just like so nice. It was like nice sitting out in the park. There was a breeze and it just felt like a very summery thing to do, and I just like never do impulsive things like that, just like get ice cream and do whatever. So it felt good. Like that's where I'm aspiring to do, more random things in the city like that, even though that's so simple. But it's just like I just never do stuff like that, and partly because like when I'm with Riley we don't really like sit and chill very much because he likes to go. And then this morning I had some therapy, and then you know we're doing the work things. Nothing super exciting to update, but having my coffee. I love my Nespresso. It is such good coffee. That's about it. Alright, I am now done with work. I took Riley on a walk, and it is so gross outside. It's like in the 90s. And so humid, just like feels like wet out, and then I think it's gonna like thunderstorm in a bit here, so maybe that'll at least like help cool it down. But it's just like the worst kind of weather in my opinion. I'm like already ready for fall and it's only like early to mid-July, which just fall is my favorite overall, but I just like hate this kind of weather so much. And like with Riley it's like we can't go on as long walks because like he gets hot and is panting, and then he also hates thunderstorms. So I gave him his anxiety medication to help with both the thunderstorm, and I need to go pick up my laundry, but I'm just gonna make a quick errand because I don't want to spend a lot of time outside. And then I'm gonna FaceTime with my best friend, and that's kind of the night's plan. Probably besides that, just keep it pretty chill, maybe read a little, scroll the old clock app or something. That's what I did that last night a little bit, which I did not really do last week. I was actually really good about staying off social media while I was on vacation, but now that I'm back and just like in my free time, it's so easy to scroll. To Wednesday, halfway through the week, and I feel like the week's going by slightly slowly, but I mean it is already Wednesday, so it's all right. I'm actually only here for like another week and a half, and then I'm gonna be going back to Chicago, so this month is a busy travel month for me, which is unusual. But I'm gonna be going to Chicago and then Colorado. I don't know that I'll be vlogging that much just because it'll be family time, but we'll see. But anyway, today is pretty low-key, pretty similar to yesterday. I feel like I just have about 3 meetings today, I think. But it is another hot one. Both today and tomorrow are going to be high 90s. That's why I'm in a tank top. I do not like this heat, but we are hanging in there. And that's about it. into the evening now, and I've had myself a good evening so far. So I finished up work, and then I finished editing a rough cut of the vlog that I've been working on. It's a vlog from like a couple weeks ago that I'm working on getting up for this week. And then Riley was just like super high energy. I was like, we need to get him out to do something. So I decided to go to Madison Square Park, which I'm not like super close to, but I can walk to. We have a dog park that's closer to us that we go to more often, and it's like less chaotic, I find. But actually the dog park wasn't overwhelmingly busy today, because that's why we don't usually go there. But decided to just like walk around there and then like check out the dog park and whatnot. And while we were there, I saw that there's like a sign for like an upcoming quartet concert, and then it ended up being in like 30 minutes. So we just stuck around and hung out for a little while. Didn't stay for the whole concert because it was going to be super long, but that was so cool. There's like tons of free concerts in the parks in the summer, and I haven't seen one in a while because I don't like go out of my way necessarily all the time. But fun fact, if you didn't know, I was a serious cellist as a child and was in many a quartet, and it was nice to see and hear them. And just like I love cool stuff like that in New York. There's just always cool things going on, and it's just like such a New York moment of like, oh, just listen to classical music. Actually, I feel like they're playing more modern music, but still just listening to quartet in the park. It was a vibe. Hello friends, I'm getting a rather late start to the Thursday vlog. It is actually almost 3 o'clock and the day has flown by. I've had a really productive day. So I only just finished getting ready because I'm about to jump on a call that I should have my camera on for. But I did a ton of like work stuff in the morning and just like had a very productive few hours, you know, where you get in that like flow state and things are just like coming out. So that was really good. And then I took Riley for a walk, had a meeting, then I stopped for lunch, and then I'm so proud of myself. I just cleaned my apartment for a little bit. I'm trying this new thing where for years now I always do like my weekly cleaning on Sundays, but I feel like it's a mental thing where it's like having chores to do on Sundays like takes one day out of the weekend, you know, even though it literally takes me like 30 minutes to clean my apartment because it's so tiny. Maybe an hour if I'm doing like a full-on deep clean, but for the most part like 30 minutes, which is why I can do it like on my lunch break. And yeah, so I'm trying. I saw this TikTok talking about how this girl cleans her apartment Thursday night so that it's like fresh for the weekend, and so now I'm gonna try doing that. This is the first day I've done it on Thursday though, so it takes time to get that habit in. But I'm just like, I need to be better about like taking my breaks and not just like scrolling social media with them, if that makes sense, because that's just like not actually the best like reset time to then like go back and be refreshed, you know. So, and that is the benefit of like working remotely, is that like, okay, it can take a few minutes to just like clean things up just a little bit, you know. So having a very productive day. So I have meetings I think the rest of the day, and then tonight actually I have a date. I've been dating a little bit more than I used to. I didn't date at all during grad school, but I have been using Hinge, and I've gone on a number of dates in the last couple of months to no real success. I met some like good people, but tonight is another first date, and you know, learning a lot about myself and what I'm interested in, all of those good things. So don't really talk about dating a ton on the channel. Maybe in the future I will more, but for now, just that's what I'm doing on my Thursday night, is getting drinks at this place called Ferns in the East Village. And I've been there once before actually and liked it. He suggested it and I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's a good spot. So hopefully that goes well, but also you just like never really know. So, but it's kind of nice to like get out and do something and meet a new person, you know. And then it'll be Friday. So I'm gonna be headed out on my date here soon. I'm wearing this dress I actually wore for graduation That's from Old Navy, and it's a little bit formal for this, but I am just gonna wear white sneakers with it and call it an outfit because I just feel like wearing this, and I feel like that's like for me the most fun part of going on dates is like getting dressed up and then meeting like a new person, obviously. But because I don't work in an office, I have no excuse to like get fully ready and like all dressed up anymore, so it's nice to do that. And oh wow, this has pockets. Did I not even realize that, or did I know that? I don't know, I can't remember. Anyways, so like, I don't know, it's just like a nice Thursday night thing to do, go on a date, even though first dates can be very hit or miss. Good morning. We have made it to Friday, and I feel like the end of the week went by pretty fast, but I woke up this morning, was very tired, probably because I like went out a little bit last night, even though we only, like, I got back at like 10, so it's not like I did anything crazy, but just like going out into the city, I feel like always tires me out a little bit more quickly. And yeah, it wasn't like the best date ever. It was fine, but I'll just say that. And, yeah, I woke up very tired this morning, and happy that it's Friday and I can sleep in tomorrow. So just have one-ish meeting this morning, and then I think my afternoon should be pretty free to just like do some work and then wrap up. But I did want to mention one thing, since obviously a lot of my content is very New York focused. I just thought I would mention that I saw that, I think it was yesterday, the average rent in Manhattan crossed $5,000 a month for the first time ever, which is just absolutely insane. That's the average, and just so much money. I will say that I do not pay anywhere near that, thankfully. My rent is under 2K, so you can definitely, you can still find places that are more affordable, but there's just not many of them. And that's for a studio. That's a 5th floor walk-up. Yeah, so I just thought I would mention that because I do get a lot of questions about New York and moving here and all of that, and I will just say that this is the most expensive the city has ever been, the most expensive time to live here. Obviously there's inflation too, so like even just like groceries and all of that, very expensive, and then just like affordability, rent, all of that at its highest, and doesn't seem to be coming down anytime soon. We'll see where the next year goes, but I feel very lucky that I found a good COVID deal and that my rent didn't go up very much when I renewed, which is not the case for a lot of people. There's definitely more affordable options outside of Manhattan. I'm not an expert on this. I don't know, like, it's a very complex issue, so I don't want to say that I'm an expert and like go into all of the detail, but I did just want to mention that if you are interested in moving to New York, not to say you can't do it, but I was just like, not ideal timing. And it's just something to think about, of like, it is definitely a big issue here, the affordability crisis, that there's just not enough affordable housing, and there's just like a lack of supply of apartments and rent, like places to rent, and that's partly why like I think the prices have gone up so much. But again, I'm not an expert on this issue, so just something I wanted to mention because I do talk about New York City so much, and the real estate market is obviously like a big part of what it takes to live here. And so I feel like very grateful today that I do have a place in Manhattan, and that I did live in Brooklyn for 2 years, but where I lived in Manhattan, or where I live in Brooklyn, is still also not cheap. But not to say you can't live here. It's just something to keep in mind of, you know, when you are watching this content, of like, it's like any sort of New York content on social media. One, it's, you know, it's a privilege, and two, a lot of, you know, Manhattan, or not in Manhattan, a lot of New York City residents can't afford to live in Manhattan, which is super unfortunate, and just like such a large issue that I just wanted to mention, because it does make me kind of sad that it's like we've reached this point of like so many people want to live here, and that it's just not within the realm of reason for so many folks. And even just me personally, I've started to think about like, I would love to buy a place here one day, but that just feels like so far off because prices are just so high that it's just like that's a bit discouraging, and it just makes me sad because I know so many people want to move here and so many people want to live here. We like to keep it real on my channel about New York City living, and this is something that is very real and tangible that has happened, and I just am having a hard time wrapping my head around it. But it's also like not that surprising because of the way the market has been in the last year, which is just like going up 20+% in a year, and now being at this peak of the first time ever costing $5,000 for the average. It's just, and that's the average. Anyway, if you want to learn more, I would say looking at Street Easy is like where all the New York apartment listings are. I love to like go on there and bop around sometimes and just see where things are at, even though I'm not in the market right now. I just get really curious. So if you don't live in New York, that is a tip that I have of Street Easy is kind of like the main site for apartment listings here, and to just kind of see where the market's at. And they do have some good info as well, and like blogs and stuff. Already 8 o'clock on Friday, so I'm gonna end the vlog off here, but I had a good rest of my Friday. I got some really good news at work that maybe I'll talk about in a couple weeks once things are solidified. So it's a good work day overall, and then I finished up my vlog that I'm posting tomorrow, so go check that out if you haven't already. I spent a lot of hours on it. It's just like a realistic day in my life, so similar to this but more like hyper focused on one day, so I feel like you get more of like what actually happens in a day, you know. And then I got myself some crepes for dinner because I always get myself a takeout for Friday night, because I don't let myself have takeout too much, but I feel like it's fun to like have something to look forward to for Friday night. And then I am just going to watch a show or something and enjoy the rest of my night while my video is uploading. Alright, I feel like this was a long one, so thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all next time.